You remember the moment, that knot in your gut, the cold dread that creeps in when the world around you suddenly shifts, just a fraction. A fact you knew, a conversation you had, a memory you held sacred, now it's gone. Or worse, it was never real. Someone looked you in the eye and denied your truth. They rewrote history. And you, for a terrifying second, almost believed them. You felt it, haven't you? That insidious doubt blooming in your chest. That quiet suspicion that your mind is betraying you. That maybe, just maybe, you are the one who's lost touch with reality. This isn't just confusion. It's the slow, deliberate erosion of your certainty. The quiet unraveling of your sanity, designed by hands unseen. They don't want you to be wrong. They want you to be lost. Think of a carefully constructed prison. Not one with bars, but one built from smoke and mirrors. Your reality becomes their construction. Every wall, every door, every window is placed exactly where they want it to be. And you, the prisoner, are left questioning the very sky above you. This is the art of the architect manipulator. They don't just lie. They cultivate an entire ecosystem of distorted truth. They don't just hide facts. They replace them with manufactured fictions so convincing, your own memory becomes a traitor. Your perception is their canvas. They begin subtly. A minor correction. A dismissal of a minor detail you remember differently. No, that's not what happened. You're misremembering. Tiny cuts at first, too small to notice, too minor to fight over. But each cut introduces a drop of poison into the well of your self-trust. Each dismissal plants a seed of doubt. They understand a fundamental truth. Absolute control is not about physical chains. It's about owning the narrative inside your head. It's about making you a co-conspirator in your own delusion. Machiavelli would have recognized this game instantly. He spoke not just of how a ruler is, but how he appears. For the architect, appearance is everything. Your reality is their appearance. Their version of events, consistently reinforced, becomes the only truth available to you. It's a process Cialdini outlined in his principle of consistency. Once you concede a small point, once you accept a tiny reframe, you are primed to accept the next. Your mind, seeking internal harmony, will rationalize the previous concession, making the next one easier. They isolate you from external validation. They dismiss friends, family, anyone who might offer a competing narrative as jealous or misguided. They become your sole arbiter of truth. You are being conditioned. Milgram showed us how easily humans submit to perceived authority, even against their own conscience. But what if that authority isn't a uniformed man in a lab coat, but the quiet, constant voice slowly editing your mental film reel? The effect is even more insidious. You don't resist because you don't even know you're being commanded. This is not a sudden assault. It's an erosion, a persistent, almost imperceptible current that wears down the rock of your certainty until it's just sand. They will use your own empathy against you. Your desire for peace, your willingness to understand another's perspective. They will twist your compassion into a weapon, using it to dismantle your own sense of self-worth. You're overreacting. Why are you so sensitive? The questions themselves are anchors, dragging you deeper into their manufactured storm. Nietzsche understood the will to power, not just as dominance over others, but as the power to define reality itself. To define good and evil, truth and falsehood. The master manipulator asserts this power, not with overt force, but by subtly seizing the levers of your perception. The forbidden truth is this: reality is not a fixed construct waiting to be discovered. It is a story. It is a narrative, and some are masters at writing that narrative for others. You are not crazy. You are not weak. You are merely operating under a set of rules that have been manipulated. You've been playing a game where the board, the pieces, and the rules were all designed to make you lose. The architect does not see you as a person. They see you as raw material. as a potential subject in their grand design. They understand that to control your actions, they must first control your mind. To control your mind, they must control your reality. This isn't about blaming the victim. This is about understanding the predator. About seeing the invisible wires they pull, the subtle shifts they make in the backdrop of your world. Your internal compass is not broken. It's been recalibrated by a subtle hand. This is not evil in the cartoonish sense. It is a deep, cold, calculating understanding of human psychology. It is the application of levers and fulcrums to the most delicate machinery there is, the human mind. They exploit your need for certainty, your craving for meaning. They fill the void they created with their own manufactured sense of order, and you, desperate for ground beneath your feet, cling to it. The world is not as it seems, but you can learn to see the seams. For the next 7 days, I challenge you to an exercise in conscious observation. This is not about confrontation. It is about waking up to the architects around you. 1. Listen to how people describe events you were both present for. Pay attention to the subtle shifts, the omissions, the convenient reorderings of facts. Note them down, privately. Do not correct them. Just observe the discrepancy between what you remember and what they present as truth. 2. When someone challenges your memory, your feeling, or your experience, pause. Before you defend, before you doubt yourself, simply ask, "That's interesting. Why do you see it that way?" Or, "My memory of that is different. Tell me more about yours." Do not argue. Simply open the door for them to elaborate on their constructed reality. This helps you identify their narrative, not necessarily to change it. 3. Observe the patterns of dismissive language. You're overthinking. You're too sensitive. It's not a big deal. When you hear these, recognize them as attempts to invalidate your subjective experience, to control your emotional response, to dictate your reality. Do not accept them. Do not absorb them. Merely tag them mentally. 4. Identify who benefits from your confusion, from your self-doubt. Who gains power, control, or an advantage when you are uncertain of your own mind? Follow the thread. The answer will reveal the architect. 5. For 1 week, make a conscious effort to validate your own internal experiences. If you feel angry, name it. If you remember something clearly, trust that memory, even if someone else disputes it. You do not need external validation for your own internal truth. You are simply asserting your right to your own mind. 6. Find one reliable external anchor. A trusted friend, a written note, a piece of objective data. If a manipulator is trying to warp a specific fact, refer to your anchor. Don't engage in a debate over their version. Simply reaffirm your own, internally, based on your reliable source. This is about self-preservation, not persuasion. 7. Reflect on the quiet terror of those who seek to control your truth. It is a mirror. Their need to control your reality often stems from their own inability to control their internal world. Their game is a desperate attempt to impose order where they feel none. And knowing that, you begin to see the strains. The hidden syllabus is not about what you are taught. It is about what you are taught to unlearn. Begin with your own mind.